Hello and welcome to the Dominion Daily for January 22nd, 2026. We've got adventures and alchemy today, mostly adventures, just two alchemy cards, and obviously alchemy isn't contributing any landscapes. So trashing wise, it's just Ratcatcher. Also got Guide, which could be helpful for skipping over untrashed coppers, I guess. Draw is Scrying Pool and Storyteller. Plus actions is Royal Carriage. Royal Carriage can also help with the draw, of course. Oh, and Coin of the Realm, also plus actions. And then gains, just Herbalist? Ugh. Well, I mean, Treasure Trove can gain treasures, but oh, and Pilgrimage. Okay. So yeah, this looks a little awkward. Scrying Pool, generally strong draw, but basically all of the payload here is treasures. I mean, I guess you could aim to play with Giant, and then Giant alternates between giving you 1 and 5 coins, so it averages out to a gold, which is, what you'd be getting if you just go for treasures anyway. Except so the upside of playing with Treasure Trove, by comparison, is that you just gain the golds and you don't need to buy them. The downside is that you also gain coppers, and trashing those coppers with Ratcatcher is not necessarily trivial. I think if you had, let's say, like Forager on this board, something like that, I think it would be a pretty easy call to say, like, Treasure Trove is just way more efficient. As it is, it might still be, but the argument for Giant at least gets better. And Giant does attack, for what that's worth. But it also requires that you play with Royal Carriages. You're probably going to want to play with Royal Carriages anyway, but even so, like, I'm imagining you get like one Herbalist and then you get some Royal Carriages and you plan to Royal Carriage your Herbalists. If you get Giants as well, now you've got to Royal Carriage, like, something like Storyteller or Scrying Pool, and it's pretty expensive to make that work. So that's the other thing, is like, cost efficiency wise, like, yes, the Giants themselves can generate as much money as golds or whatever, but you've got to get the extra Royal Carriages. So not only do you have to buy the Giants, you also have to buy the Royal Carriages to support that. Pilgrimage can potentially help with some of that, although you can only buy Pilgrimage once per turn. You've got to be flipping your journey token from face down to face up to activate the effect. Giant can help with that, but in so doing, you need to be getting the bad version of Giant. So Giant also wants the token to be going from face down to face up. So like you can play a Terminal Copper in order to get full Pilgrimage value every turn. I mean, honestly though, that could still be worth it, because that's pretty good. If you just, like, every turn are adding some 3 of the 4 of, like, Scrying Pool, Storyteller, Royal Carriage, Giant, like, that's you want to, like, abstractly call Scrying Pool like a 5, even though it obviously isn't. It's 2p, but, like, whatever. Just, like, say that it's a 5 for the sake of simplicity. Then it's like 15 coins of value to gain 3 of those 4 cards at a cost of, like, 4 coins to buy the Pilgrimage and 4 coins to not get the other play of the Giant, I guess. Although, I mean, you wouldn't have gotten it anyway, depending on, like, where the token is and how many Giants you have and all that. But yeah, so that's worth thinking about, at least. Yeah. Okay. So, I guess you can also do like mission turns and use that to do pilgrimage stuff. Like you buy pilgrimage once on your regular turn and once on your mission turn. It's still pretty expensive. Overall, that's like, 12 coins and 2 buys. 12 coins split over 2 turns and 2 buys. But it's, yeah, like on your main turn, it's 8 coins and 2 buys to get the mission and the pilgrimage. And then the next turn, you get the pilgrimage. Getting the pilgrimage on the next turn, I guess, is like pretty free in effect. So, yeah, again, it's definitely worth thinking about. So overall, I think it might actually make sense to play with both Scrying Pool and Storyteller. Storyteller can put the treasure trove into play and gain you the treasures during your action phase, like even if it's not doing anything else. It can also put Coins of the Realm into play. Oh, and I guess you can use that I forgot again about Coin of the Realm for plus actions. You could use that to play your extra Herbalists or Giants or whatever. So, yeah. And then Scrying Pool is just going to allow you to get some of your draw that doesn't cost you money. And, I mean, you will probably have a good number of actions in your deck, even though you probably also have a good number of treasures. Scrying Pool doesn't interact with Relic, so that's only going to be affecting like Story Pool, Ratcatcher Guide. Anyway, let's figure out how to open. So, probably want to open with a Ratcatcher. And then, like, we do ultimately want to get to 5, but wouldn't mind, like, waiting on that a bit and just focus on taking, like, Scrying Pools, Ratcatchers, Guides, maybe an Herbalist. So we could open, like, Potion, Ratcatcher. Just go ahead and get started on the Scrying Pools. Obviously, like, Scrying Pool is not going to do, like, too much, like, in the early going, but just trashing our estates will already help a significant amount. And if we get into, like, the pilgrimage thing, we can also, like, get rid of the potion at some point, but we need to get, like, 1 Scrying Pool before we can pilgrimage for Scrying Pools. So that's one option. The other option, I mean, I guess, like, putting a silver into the deck is reasonable, but, we can do that after the opening, too. I think I'm going to go for the potion directly. Okay, so we could mission here. Worst case scenario, we just hit 3. We buy like a Ratcatcher or a silver. Oh no, wait, what am I talking about? Mission, that's not how mission works. We could go ahead and hit pilgrimage. It's a little early to be doing that. Could get a guide, we could get another Ratcatcher. Could just get the silver. I mean, if we're gonna get the Scrying Pool anyway, should probably get some other action card. Maybe guide. Do the pilgrimage thing now. Also take a silver in towards hitting 5. Also take a herbalist. Yeah, let's get an herbalist, I guess. I'm gonna need it. Holy moly! How? Oh, that just... I didn't... Okay. That's quite a top deck. Alright, well, we'll see what the bot does with its turbo thinning. We hit 5. I think I want a relic. I think the bot is just going for money. Like, literally pilgrimaged for a treasure trove. This hand... On the one hand, it doesn't look great. On the other hand, we can't afford a scrying pool. Had 4 coins and can get another rat catcher, I'd feel better about it. If we guide here, I don't think realistically we're doing anything but like getting another 5, which might be fine. We get to do the relic attack, which would be nice. Yeah, I think I will call it. Well, shoot. I guess I discard that? I don't know. Okay. We want carriage or storyteller? I'm gonna say storyteller. You might actually want to top deck this relic. Just might. Get our plus buy. So we could get like Ratcatcher Guide or something. Let's see. I'm trying to think about setting up for like the whole mission pilgrimage thing. We would want to get either a royal carriage or a giant going for that. So that's an argument for getting one of those, which I guess would make more sense to do Royal Carriage for the moment. Next turn, we have the 2 scrying pools. Still not super likely to draw all that well. Yeah, I guess I'll take the Royal Carriage. I think I will not top deck the Relic. Okay, I don't... Let's see. Is there any reason not to just draw 6 here? We've got another guide down there. No, we don't. Yeah, I think we just... Oh, never mind. I can't play 4 treasures there. So the reason to replay the Storyteller would be to get the or to replay something would be to get the carriage into play. But we don't have the money for that this turn anyway. So we'll just leave that on the mat. Take scrying pool. And we do need more money. But do we want to try to get that by... Well, Instead of taking the scrying pool, we could take the treasure trove. No. I think I'm gonna do one more rat catcher first. Just try to get like more crashing in first. Oh, what is this hand? This should be the other scrying pool. Okay, so now 5, 6, 7, 8. So we could do the pilgrimage mission thing. And then we also are going to want to get giant. But let's start with this. We only need to hit 4 this turn. But We do need to hit it, so... Oh, I guess we could trash the potion. Hmm. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. We still have 7 copper. Yeah, I think I will replay this. Well... Okay. Scrying pool, royal carriage, storyteller. What? You gotta be kidding me! What is with this hand? Okay. 6, 7. Okay, so we have 8 if we play the royal carriage. Like I said, I think we want giant. I also kind of want treasure trove, though. Hmm. Oh, we can hit 9? Forgot I had 2 rail carriages. Alright, in that case, I think we go giant pilgrimage. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, we'd better just go ahead and do this. I mean, we do have more coins from the giant, so... Oh, we do need to replay that if we want to play both Herbalist and Giant, yeah. Okay. So... Oh, I wasn't even thinking about the top deck with Scrying Pool. I definitely should have. Alright, we have 10 right now. 2 buys. If we replay... So we want to do the Mission Pilgrimage thing again, I think. We could have 11 and 3 buys. Which would be enough to do Mission Pilgrimage Guide. It would just be nice to get an additional guide on the mat. I would still like the Treasure Trove, but I guess... Maybe it's not even worth it. Maybe we just leave a carriage on the mat and do mission pilgrimage. We could trash their treasure trove. How does this work? Oh no, we can't. Well, we can if we call it. It just trashes it. Oh, they discarded the copper to gain a curse. Okay. Yeah, no, we should trash the treasure trove. If we can. We don't need to play the herbalist this turn. So we can call carriage on giant once. And that's it. We leave the other carriage on the mat. I think. All right. Pilgrimage to gain certainly a royal carriage. A scrying pool. I think another giant is reasonable. Yeah. Uh, can we do better than trashing gold? I mean, so they've gained 6 golds. We can't. I don't want to top or trash the treasure troves more so than the golds, but what are the odds that we succeed in that? Is I guess the question. They've got their other treasure trove is in the discard. We know that. So realistically, yeah, we're not doing that. So I think we leave it on top. Okay, so we do need to replay this to be able to play Giant and Herbalist. I guess do it again so that we can replay the other, or play the other Giant. It kind of comes out to the same thing. We might as well put a Storyteller into play in case we want to gain another one, which we probably don't, but... Now, do we do the mission this turn? We can do another pilgrimage if we do, so I think so. So we're definitely gaining Royal Carriage, Scrying Pool. Probably should have just called Carriage on the Herbalist, honestly, so that we could get the treasure trove. I don't really want another giant. Could get like a rat catcher or a storyteller. We don't have much need for a rat catcher. We could get another herbalist, I guess. But another relic? It's money, I guess. Another gold, sure. Go for that. Okay, so once again, we can go ahead and do that just in case we want to. I mean, mostly I want these pilgrimages to gain more royal carriages. And the scrying pools, I guess. Right, and then... So how do we want to do this? Don't need to play the herbalist. So... we can just play giant a whole bunch of times. And then plan to take... what? Scrying pool, carriage, and one more relic, I guess? Oh, we do still, if we want to play the two giants that we have. I mean, not that it really matters. Alright, so... Alright, replay that. Replay it again. Trash their guide. Replay it again. Pilgrimage is active. Okay. Royal Carriage. Scrying Pool. And sure, one more relic. Why not? Province. We could give them a curse. I think we can do better. Trash another gold. They do still have a lot of gold in the deck. I'd like to get that treasure trove out, but yeah, we'll settle for the gold. Let's go ahead and replay this just to... We know we need plus actions anyway. At least once. Actually, twice. Okay, how many... We probably want to play Herbalist more than once here. So let's just go ahead and do that. Oh, let's play the Storyteller. Just in case. Alright, Herbalist. Replay that. 3 buys should be good enough. We drew our deck with 2 Scrying Pools? Huh. Okay. Well, I guess we played a couple of them. So if we called Carriage on the Giant now, then we can't activate Pilgrimage. I think we don't do that. Pilgrimage, Carriage, Spool. It might be correct to just take nothing. I mean, I guess another Giant probably doesn't hurt. Even if we end up not... Alright, now. Treasure Trove. We're not going to want to play this turn, but I think... Go ahead and take one. We can do better. All right, we know we're going to want plus actions, so let's do that. Definitely discard that. Is that enough actions? We don't need to play the Herbalist, so yes, it is. Come on. Where's your stuff? Where's your stuff? Okay. That's something. All right. Giant. 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 Got another gold. Copper to curse. All right. And we need to replay this so that we can do the pilgrimage thing. Do we want another treasure trove? Probably not. We're getting to the point where we could... Well, we have a lot of money in the deck now, right? So 4 or 5 provinces is realistic. Second treasure trove would help with that, but I really don't want to... I mean, we do have a guide. We're going to have to spend some royal carriages on Herbalist, which is going to be able to get bunches of provinces, which is going to decrease the money in our deck. Like, we're definitely not in any rush here, so I think not on the treasure trove. I think we just do pilgrimage for royal carriage. scrying pool, and I think I will take that additional storyteller now, even though we haven't like needed storyteller in a while. Just, you know, in case. We'll see. Look at this. um we're definitely playing the treasure trove. I mean, I think it's fine. We can just draw all the cards. Okay. So the bot did get another province. So now, if we could hit 4 provinces, we'd win the game. The fact that we just played all that money on the storyteller probably means we don't. But again, we're not in a rush. Like, we could get 2 provinces and then, you know, be fine. We do need to do some plus action, so let's do that. Need more plus actions. Need 1 more plus actions. Four carriages. Okay. So how many buys do we want? How much money do we have? We have 8 in treasures, and then if we were to just play the 3... Well, at most we need 4 buys. So that would be calling carriage on Herbalist 3 times. So that would be 8 and 4 is 12. And then carriage on Giant 1 time, which means we get 6 and 6 is 12. That's 3 provinces. We don't want to buy 3 provinces. So we probably do the mission pilgrimage thing and take 2 provinces, in which, or just 1. I mean, mission pilgrimage province would mean we need to call carriage on herbalist twice. That seems fine. We could also... Well, we could skip the mission part and just do, like, pilgrimage carriage province or carriage double province. Okay, it seems clear that we're doing at least that. Double province pilgrimage carriage is actually more expensive than triple province, so we can't actually afford that. We could do single province. Here, actually, let's do this in the other order so that we get... So now we do this... If we do this twice, we have our 4 buys. We play giant 3 times. And we get to attack and set up for pilgrimage. I think that looks good. Oh, wait, we should play... Before we do that, we should play another scrying pool. Okay. 6 golds in the trash out of 8. And I have one that... So this will be the last gold in the bot's deck. Which will make it very difficult for the bot to ever province if it... if it doesn't have any gold and it's working with a 4-card hand. Anyway. Okay. So now we do that. And we go like that. And like that. And we do pilgrimage to gain carriage, spool. We could take another treasure trove. Treasure trove like nets us some money the next turn. I think that's reasonable. Province. We could actually still afford to mission. I miscounted my money, I guess? What do we even do on the mission turn? Like, just attack, basically. Yeah, I don't actually think there's much point in it. Like, we don't need to attack at this point. We've done enough damage. We could just take both of the carriages, I guess. Sure, why not? Oh, they got a gold again. Ooh. The curse trashing. Alright. Well, we know we're going to want to replay at least one. Might actually be pretty difficult to find stuff to trash now. They do have a gold. They do have a treasure trove. Could, I guess, be in their hands, though. And those things could be in the bot's hand. Blech. I mean, giving them a curse would not be bad, actually, now that I think about it. Should replay one of these anyway. I mean, surely we can hit triple province estate anyway, and if we can't, just take another turn. Alright, we need at least one more. Now that I think about it, we should play 2 giants. Oh, not if we want to play the storytellers. Yeah, okay, never mind. This we actually should top deck. Because that's a copper. We want to play a storyteller, play this treasure trove, and now it actually gets to draw those treasures. All right. Now, oh, there's another treasure trove. Okay, so we should play a storyteller to play that treasure trove. There we go. All right. Giant. Giant. Trash the relic. Alright, now we have way more money, so we should have no problem hitting Triple Province, Estate, or Duchy, or whatever anyway. I guess Ratcatcher does give them a curse, right? Yep. Okay. So, Herbalist, replay, replay. And now we play Giant a whole mess of times. Well, we gave them a bunch of curses in the end. I think we have enough money as well. Yeah, so that's a game that kind of looks close by the score, but definitely was not. The bot strategy, like under other circumstances, like it was really efficient at getting itself to the point where it could province off of treasure trove gains. The turbo like Ratcatcher mission, clean everything out. Yeah, it was really efficient at getting to that point, but like you can just build a lot bigger here than single province, and not only can you build bigger than single province, you can build to stop the player that's single provincing with Giant, and I think that's the big thing. Like, I could maybe imagine that if you didn't have Giant, like that the deck that's building to the single province really fast could get enough provinces quickly enough that it would be tough for the bigger build to catch up. Obviously, like, you know, you still have the ability to potentially get a lot of buys. Herbalist is not giving you a lot of reward for that, but it is there, and you can draw a lot of cards, and you can do like Storyteller. You could do Storyteller Treasure Trove to get a lot of money. So I'm still not sure that would actually be the case. It would depend, like, on... It's a little unclear to me. Like, obviously, deleting all of the bot's gold meant the bot, like, couldn't province, but if we hadn't deleted the bot's gold, that doesn't necessarily make it clear that the bot would continue to province. It's like, you know, adding gold copper to your deck does mean you're adding coppers, and there is also the relic attack. I shouldn't undersell that. You're getting relic attacked every turn, so you, like, if you have a deck where you have like silver average money, which gold copper from treasure trove is, and then obviously the treasure trove itself is, then you have 5 cards to look at. You can afford to have a green card in your hand and still hit province. But with the relic, that gets a lot tougher. And unlike most hand size attacks, Guide actually doesn't really help with that. If you have a 4-card hand because you already like ate through the relic attack, then you Guide that and you get 5 cards. But more likely, well, not more likely. I mean, there's no real way for that to happen outside of like taking a mission turn, because when the relic attack applies, like, it puts the -1 card token onto your deck. So if you call the Guide, then after the Guide, you're going to have a 4-card hand. Yeah, and then you're going to draw. So you're going to draw at the end of your turn. If you draw no cards during your turn, right, then you do have. Then you do draw a 4-card hand for your next turn, and at that point, I guess the Guide would help, except that then the relic is going to get applied again. So you're going to go from 4 cards to a different set of 4 cards. So yeah, I don't think outside of missioning there's like really a way for Guide to help with that. So yeah, which also means like, so another thing that you can potentially do with the treasure trove thing is you play some rat catchers, or sorry, you call some rat catchers, you trash some coppers, you call Guide, and now like you somewhat potentially stay on top of the coppers, and like you have like higher money density, but again that gets harder in the face of relic. It's also just not that reliable because you need to see the coppers in your starting hand, and the bot only had 1 Guide anyway. I think like for what the bot was doing, it really like would probably want to play with 2 Guides, but maybe that's not that important in the face of like, that's more like in the scenario where what it was doing was actually viable, I guess, or potentially viable. So like if you take Giant off the board, maybe that like makes a difference. But yeah, so I mean, I think there's a world where what the bot was doing was good and efficient, and we were not living in that world. And yeah, I mean, I was a little slow on the trashing for sure, but I think it was worth it to be able to put like all the deck control in and, set up for the super like pilgrimage thing, being able to gain scrying pools. Like I think I got 3 or 4 scrying pools had 3 scrying pools at the point where I trashed my ocean and I emptied scrying pools. So it's like, it's a lot. A lot of pilgrimaging. Yeah, that's probably the most Giant centric game I've played in a really long time. The scrying pool Giant interaction in particular, doing a lot of work there. Yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.